While driving through the north of Italy and south of France in a souped-up million-dollar sports car may seem like a treat reserved for trust fund babies and the middle-aged Brits that present BBC's massively popular Top Gear, Playground Games has given anyone with an Xbox the opportunity to take in the Tuscan sun and glimpse the Mediterranean while encapsulated in a carbon Kevlar shell pointed with the finest leather, while a symphony of aluminum, titanium, and magnesium roars and beats away just behind your ears. You may not be able to taste the grapes in the Tuscan vineyards, or feel the sand in the beaches of Nice between your toes, but the exhilaration of carving up a windy road in one of your favorite sports cars remains available for us middle-class folks. Coming off of Forza 5, a franchise low point, Playground Games was forced to follow up their open-world arcade racer with a game that not only improved on every element of their maiden release, but overcome the stains on the Forza brand left by Forza 5's microtransaction-happy, light on content, and overall underwhelming debut on this new generation of consoles. In an effort to do that, Playground Games constructed a world that is 3 times larger than the Colorado setting of the first game, packed it with 200 cars out of the box, and tweaked the structure. Once again, your nameless, hot-shot driver shows up at a music festival that happens to feature a number of racers competing amidst the festivities. This time, players choose a tournament, which gives them 4 events to partake in before taking a road trip to the next city for another series of races, or entering a showcase event. This structure is extremely flexible and allows players to race the cars they want as soon as they have the cash to own their dream machines. Moving between the game's cities also keeps the scenery and tracks cycling, minimizing repetition. The Rally DLC from the first game also finds its way into the DNA of Horizon 2, allowing players to venture off-road for shortcuts and partake in race events that are largely off-road, forcing players to contend with a number of driving surfaces. Unlike the Rally DLC, these off-road events take a more casual approach to rally driving, not requiring specific upgrades or tuning. They're pure arcade racing madness, channeling a bit of the old-school Midnight Club insanity as the field of cars catches massive air and power slides across open fields, teetering on the edge of disaster to the next checkpoint. In this way, Horizon 2 manages to feel like a satisfying racing game on the tarmac with satisfying but forgiving vehicle physics that seem somewhat tangible, but the experience isn't so serious that it forgets how to plaster shit-eating grins across players' faces. Driving a stable of multi-million-dollar supercars with ground clearances best measured in millimeters across hilly vineyards while catching major air is the kind of levity that the genre has been missing. Being able to take your vehicle further away from the road has improved other aspects of the game as well. Barn finds are no longer a game of hugging guardrails waiting for a break where a precious classic can be found. They are now legitimate Easter egg hunts that will have you combing forests and investigating every derelict structure for a slice of rare metal. Normal races also allow players to cut corners and use dirt to gain the upper hand. Successfully driving between a small thicket of trees at 150 miles an hour to cut a sharp corner and take the lead is extremely satisfying. The drivatars from Forza 5 also return, and while it's anyone's guess whether or not they actually represent the driving habits of those on your friends list, the AI certainly feels more dynamic than the AI in older racing titles. Further expanding the Horizon experience are a photo mode that recalls Pokemon Snap and has players snapping photos of every car at the festival for credits, and a series of bucket list challenges. The bucket list challenges are a huge evolution of the 1000 Club challenges introduced in the first Horizon through free DLC. There are 30 challenges, each featuring a different car, and they require players to reach certain locations within a certain time frame, set a certain speed at a speed trap, and rack up a certain number of skill points. Some of these are really tough, and require players to experiment and strategize to complete. Others are rather relaxing. Showcase events have been spiced up a bit, and generally feel more like races and less like time trials where the vehicle you're competing against makes an appearance at every checkpoint. Perhaps the most incredible race is against a train while your car snakes around the track, never losing sight of the locomotive. Upon completing an event, you are given the opportunity to take on a rival, but this is far less satisfying than what games like Need for Speed offer, since it's easy to best your opponents by spamming the rewind feature in the pursuit of perfection, and the interface doesn't really allow you to see where you stack up among your friends. The world in Forza Horizon 2 is quite simply one of the best open world race environments to date. Sun-baked golden hills give way to azure horizons dotted with yachts, winding mountain roads empty into small, densely packed cities. The only disappointment is you can't take your favorite car into the Alps to drift along slick, snow-covered roads. It would have been nice if Playground Games would have further showcased the new dynamic weather in Forza with slick, snowy races. The slight sting of disappointment that your road trip doesn't extend into the Alps is short-lived, however, once you find a few playgrounds nestled in the game world in the form of a country club, an airport, and a shipping yard. These little areas are fantastic to screw around in during online cruise sessions with friends and make the most of the online game types. Speaking of online, it's extremely easy to join friends for online cruises. In addition to races, players can also tackle bucket challenges cooperatively, which makes the online play in Horizon 2 stand out from anything else on the market. Familiar modes like King and Infected return and can chew up serious amounts of time when played with a good group of friends. Tuning has also been added, which means a stupid amount of fun can be had seeing who can tune the ultimate Fiat 500 or clock the best speed during an airstrip drag race. Forza Horizon goes a long way toward putting the franchise back on track. The addition of a long overdue weather system, a more flexible progression and design, a respectable car selection out of the box, and a long list of diversions in addition to offering 700 plus race events makes this a must-have game for Xbox One owners, and probably the system's best exclusive title. Best of all, there isn't a microtransaction in sight. Horizon 2 is a unique racing game in the sense that it offers a huge variety of cars from around the world and throughout automotive history that can be collected, customized, and tuned, but also offers enough insanity to appeal to those who don't regularly play racing games. Whether you're a car lover, a racing game addict, or just an Xbox One owner with nothing else to play, Forza Horizon 2 should be on your short list.
Okay, the first destination on this road trip is the ancient walled city of San Giovanni. You'll know we're nearly there when you see the towers.